You probably have seen the title and also the thumbnail of the video, but it's basically about whether or not my YouTube channel is dying because of short form content. And I know what you're thinking. This is quite stupid of me to say because my YouTube channel is literally insignificant at the moment. It's just 64 subscribers at the moment. But I'm gonna be showing you a lot of analytics and a lot of stuff from behind the scenes of my own channel so that you can actually see. And just to keep you ahead with this is not something that comes from like a YouTube guru type of thing. It's purely coming from an artistic expression of me, if that makes sense. Like I'm doing this mostly because I like art and mostly because I want to share my thoughts on art and the art world, and not necessarily about like the followings and the trendings and all that, but I'm just getting ahead of myself. So let's just dive into it. My first ever thing online that blew up, and it was a speed paint of Lapis Lazuli. If you know Steven Universe, you would probably know this character. She's iconic. I love her. And before that, I had probably between 2 or 3 subscribers, and after that video I gained 15 subscribers. And at the time it was around like 20 subscribers that I have combined with the new 15s. And I was like, oh my god, this is so good, this is so amazing, this is so great. That means that I need to keep on pushing stuff, and I can just, you know, grow my audience. I can grow my social media and all that. And you know, my big ass my big ass naivety really caught up on me and really blinded me from what it was actually there. So the funny thing is that after that, if you look, I'm gonna put it all of this, I'm gonna put it in the screen. Okay, this is the studio, you know, of my channel and all that. And to give you a little bit of explanation for this one, because I feel like I've been very short on this one. So let's go into shorts, right? And let's go into the most viral video that I ever had in the, well, my first one. We go into analytics, right? And we see how that goes. So you see here, right? This is the first few minutes or seconds of the short, and within a few hours it blew, right? And after that it stuck like that up to this day. See, that's the problem that I have. And then if we go back to, let's say, my ever first actual well-performed video, this one about Studio Ghibli, you look at the overall analytics and you see how it went. So it was 0, right? You can see it right in the screen. And then it was 120, and then 174, and then 200, 300, and only now recently I've been looking at it and it's growing up to 410. And this is a video that I uploaded a couple of weeks ago. Well, not weeks, almost like 2 months ago, because it was in May 18th. Yeah. What do I mean by all of this? What exactly are you here to listen to? Well, this lady right here, this beautiful human being, inspired me to make this video because I wanted to talk about this for a very long time, but I didn't know how to tackle the subject. It's pretty interesting because one of the things that I've come to realize when it comes to YouTube, more specifically, or when it comes to any platform that pushes short form content, is that typically a lot of the content that you will be pushed to seeing will be from people that you don't even fucking know. Like people that are not part of your surroundings and all that. Let me put this into perspective so that you can understand it a little bit better. So typically when you look at a short, whether that is in YouTube, whether that is in TikTok, whether that is in Instagram, I don't know if that's called Reels or not, I don't know. I don't use Instagram, I've never used that really. The thing about that is that many of the things that you see, it's randomly. You would typically see these people randomly, and if they decided to stay, then that means for the algorithm that they are going to be pushing your video more and more and more, right? If they don't, what does the algorithm do? They stop promoting your stuff. That's typically what it usually happens. If we look back again at my first ever blown video that gone viral in a way because it had 1K of views, 57% of the people who watched the video stayed until the end. That means that out of that 57% of people, many of them were the ones responsible for that video to got viral, which is something that After that, I have never ever seen in this channel. And again, maybe it's because it's a small channel and all that, but it's very, very interesting how that works. The interesting thing about short form and long form content here on YouTube is the fact that, for instance, I don't really have to worry about my long-term form content as much, because for instance, look at this video that I published a few days ago, right? It's about me learning an instrument or learning instruments. And the funny thing about this is that if I would have posted this on a short form content, I would have gained much viewers and maybe much more likes, right? But it would gain a stagnation as quickly as possible. The thing about long-term form content is the fact that you discover someone else's stuff, but typically those someone else's stuff is something that interests you, and so after that it goes further to the point in which you get interested by the channel and by the creator. I'm really bad at explaining stuff. If you don't know me, I've been saying this a long time ago. When you are publishing something, typically you would see it in the feed, right? And you will click on the video, and it doesn't really matter whether that video does well or not. The thing about long-term form content that I have seen, I don't know if that's actually a truth or not, is the fact that it doesn't really matter if it performs well at the moment. All out of a sudden, this video blew up, and I did not knew that it was gonna blow up. Like a long-term form video blew up about the app Kara. I'm going to be posting short form content here and there, but for the most part, I am going to be doing long-term form content much more, because I think that that's more like personal for me. I think that that's more like closed and like connection based. I don't know how that makes sense, but yes, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you understand throughout this video what I was going for, and it's very interesting. Thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye.